On this endeavor, we're heading out and we're gonna be testing out the new camper system on the truck. We're going truck camping. We're gonna do some fishing. I'm gonna try and find a spot right in the national forest, right along the river. Get some time on the river, do some wading. It's supposed to rain this entire, it's a beautiful day, but it's supposed to rain this entire weekend. It is what it is. I'm gonna put the camper to the full test, but I have nothing set up. I'm just throwing everything in here. I'm on a time crunch. I got out of work a little bit later than I wanted to, but this is what we have. Out here, success isn't measured by the trophies or the timelines. It's about chasing curiosity. One bend in the river at a time, one mountain ridge at a time, because the real wins, they're out there, just off the beaten path. These are our authentic endeavors. We have been running around like crazy. I don't even know which one my camping stuff is in. Yes, this one. But I don't need all of this. So, what are we gonna take? I don't need a tent, definitely need a tarp. I do need camp stove and cook stuff. You know what? We're gonna take it all because I don't really know what I need. So, we're just gonna take it all because it's easier to just throw this whole thing in there. And I can use this as a table as well. So it all comes with us. But I do also need a camp stove. The stove is gonna be critical because I can't actually open burn right now. I think there's a burn ban. I've gotta sweep this out real quick from me hauling off trash and a bunch of other stuff in the back of the truck. So we gotta get that swept out really quick. That's good enough for government work. It'll work for now. Some of my cookware looked like it wasn't cleaned all the way, so I'm just gonna rinse it off real quick. And then I gotta make one stop to get gas, and we are good to go. That looks like the best spot right there. Go take a quick walk around, see what we're working with. So we found our campsite. This is where we're gonna set up. The river's down there a ways. I'm hoping to camp alone tonight, and I left enough room back behind us so that we can still keep camping and still have some space to work. Like I said, hoping to have the place to myself tonight. I just wanted to be respectful, leave enough space for someone to turn around. There's a bike path that runs along the river that we're gonna walk right now. Let's go take a walk. Here's the two bridges we came across if you didn't see it on the way in. And it is tight to the point where I was like, oh, will my truck fit? This is one side and that's the other. And I'm only 5'8", but this is what we're fishing tomorrow. I'm already seeing some runs I like. We gotta watch out for rain tonight and the water coming up higher. This is the bike path that I mentioned earlier, is it walks all the way down the river. So at least to where I think we're going. I don't know how long we're gonna hike right now. I don't have any water on me. I kind of want to walk it out to the delayed harvest section, but we'll see. I could use the exercise anyway. Probably should have took my medicine before I started this little trek. Should I go back? No, I'll get it when I go back. All right, let's take a look. I may have to switch lures. This water looks so good. I have a different lure that would work really well here. Oh yeah, this is nice. I could definitely see a fly fisherman like in that spot right there. I mean, I'm a little concerned about the speed of the river. I hope it doesn't rain too hard and blow it out. If I have to say anything about any outdoor adventure, the number one thing you battle the most besides yourself is weather. Mother Nature, she's uncontrollable. She'll do what she wants, and you just gotta love her for it. The trail separates from the river. It's not far. It's right over here, right through this thicket. But I'm hoping it will snake back around and reconnect, because I'd love to take this walk in the early morning, headlamp, fishing gear, start all the way down at the end, work my way all the way back to that bridge. So you do have the road over there and you can hear it. Now, I didn't realize how much of the main road it is, but the river is just between us and the road. So the river splits it. I'll have to hear the cars tomorrow, and I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of traffic tomorrow unless the weather's bad, which even if that's the case, it is still, people will still probably raft a little bit, but then it's just harder for me. I can deal with the rain. I just don't want to be blown out where it's so muddy, the fishing's no good. But who can complain? Look how beautiful this is. And truck camping, we just came here, just picked a spot and went for it. There's a nice trail I can use to get into the river right there. Sorry, I keep seeing all these good spots. Trees around here are tulip poplar. Great for starting a fire with too. This is nice. I could do without the road, but it doesn't bother me that much actually. I can still hear the river. So yeah, this is nice. I'm kind of excited. Now, whether I catch fish or not tomorrow, that doesn't matter. But I just, once again, had an idea, threw it together, wanted to test out the new truck camp setup, which I haven't even set any of that up, but I got a strong feeling it's gonna work out. I'm excited about this. Here's some more easy access. Good part of the river. It splits actually. A lot of spider webs. Tip of it. Looks like there's some boat launch and pull outs over there. Wonder if there's any camping. Oh, it smells fishy. In a good way. It smells fishy in a good way. That is gorgeous water. The problem you have with this is when the river splits, which one do you go down? I can see one side of it, but without going to the other side, I won't be able to see that side of it. So that's another bit of a conundrum. I don't know how much longer I have left on the path either. So I finally see the sign I've been looking for. I've been a little worried that I haven't seen it on this side. I did drive by and see it on another side, but I finally see the sign I'm looking for. And one, the nice part about it is it tells us the regulations for this water, and two, it tells me I'm on the right water. That makes me feel a whole lot better. The river's right there. I don't know how much longer the bike path goes, but the river's right there. I think the end of the path might be up here. That helps because it's not as bad as the walk as I think, but that's a lot of water to be able to fish and work my way back into. Take a look at this. This is an old homestead. What's left of an old house and homestead here in the National Forest. How cool is this? Look at that. So fireplace right here, and then right over here is another fireplace right there, and all these bricks were part of the foundation. That's cool to stumble across. I love finding stuff like that. I'd see stuff like that all the time in the National Park Service when I'd be hiking their trails and patrolling. It's always fun to come across that. Now if you read the books, it tells you it's all there, but a lot of times I would just, first time I'd go out on a trail, I'd just go to explore it. Yeah, it was great. Okay, looks like we found the end of it. There's a bridge right there. Yeah, you can see that's for launching your boats right there for rafting. I'm gonna go see if I can find a side. Man, that is such pretty water. But I think, if I'm correct, this is delayed harvest. I see a sign down there. Yeah, it's delayed harvest. Here's the thing, delayed harvest isn't an issue for me because we're fishing single hook artificial only anyway. So you definitely want to know the rivers that you're on. Let's go take a look. You probably can't see it, but right on that tree down there, there's a white and black tag on that, which means it's delayed harvest only. Ah, there it is right there too. Delayed harvest right there. All right, that gives us a good spot to know where we can start. I didn't bring my phone, to mark that point where the hatchery supported was. I think I'll be able to remember it in the morning, just based off it's where the river really turns up. And what it is I think that's where one creek, this large creek right here, runs into the main river. And so I'm gonna walk through the woods there, take a look just to verify. As long as I stay on the downstream side of that sign, I'll be in hatchery supported waters and I can keep the fish at that point in time. Once again, I'm only looking to keep one fish, just enough to have a little cookout with you. Looks a little slick. We'll just stay downriver of the side. See if I can do this without getting wet. Ankles aren't what they used to be. My boots are waterproof. Doesn't mean I want to put them too much to the test. Good to know. That's why you get out and scout. I thought the water was at a good level, but this is telling me it's actually probably pretty low. If that drop right there is where the water usually is. Sad part is the rain would really help the area. But depending on how bad it rains, it might mess up the fishing. The fisherman in me wants good fishing. The conservationist in me wants what's best for the river and for the land. So that would be rain. This looks like it's gonna be my trail to enter right here. I think we're gonna be good to go. That's gonna be real easy to find. And there's the sign. So then we're downriver from it. It's a win. It's a little muggy out here, but I'm gonna hoof it back to the truck. Just a little bit of a walk, and I'll see you there. We made it back to the truck pretty much. I mean, look at the size of that mountain. I don't even know if this video is doing it any justice, but people vastly underestimate how large these mountains are on this side of the country. These are amazing. Those white trees right there that have all that white bark. Sycamore tree. It's this really hard wood. Back at the truck. Now it's time to set up camp. So that would be poison ivy. That's a no-go. And you can't see it. This little one has it right here. You see that little thumb on it? 3 leaves, pointy right there, kind of woody stem, and then that little thumb coming off of it. That's your poison ivy. Now, luckily, I don't catch it, but if you do, stay away from it. Got to get your chair set up first thing in case you want to take a little rest. Bag and inflate. Can't forget our pillow. How to get you lightheaded real quick. I like to keep all the extras in one bag. Usually I'll keep it inside the bag for the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag. There you go. Figure that one out. And that just allows me to know where everything is when I'm ready to put it up. Well, that went about as perfect as it can be. That's perfect. I'll fit nicely on an angle because this is much taller than I am. Put those up there so they'll ripen up a bit. Here we go. This is it. This is all I need. Honestly, everything that is in that right now in this tote, I don't need. But I don't want everything staying up on here. I'll keep the stove up here so I don't have to bend over, but the water, I don't want all this stuff staying up on here for the sheer fact that I eventually want to close everything up and treat this more like a tent so bugs aren't going in here at night. Sleeping pad, sleeping bag, inflatable pillow in there. I have a camp stove, I have cooking stuff, I have some food, and this is all my GoPro stuff, and then this is my water. I got this, I think this is a 3 or 5 gallon. Unscrew this. Inside is a spout.
comes off. Take this one off, put that one on there, put that on there, and this one goes in here. Little side attachment over here. I'm gonna move this over here. So that's our water. Take your cup, open it up, and you got good water. Let's set up the stove here. If you have ever seen these old Coleman stoves and you can get one for cheap, get it. They're amazing. Pop your latch, open it up. Get a little piece out right here. These clip into this little groove sight right here. You just kind of push it down. Some windscreen, keep the heat in. Same thing over here. This screws in over here. All right, and that is everything. Stove is set up, propane's hooked up. I'm gonna leave it open for now, but eventually as it gets later out, the bugs get out, the mosquitoes get out, we're gonna close this up, treat it like a tent. Now here's the kicker. Unfortunately, the entire state is in a burn ban. I have a beautiful fire pit right here. Looks like some people left some trash and a nice Bud Ice. I've never even heard of that. Bud Ice Lager. Anyway, we'll get that cleaned up. But we can't do anything with it. It's unfortunate. Who doesn't love to sit out by a campfire and go camping, especially when you have a beautiful little whole truck set up to climb back into. Super simple. I got my chair right there, little creek flowing back down there. Hopefully you can hear it. And it's just a nice setup, a nice little spot to myself right off the road. The river is a few hundred or 1,000 yards that way, something along those lines. Excuse me, 1,000 feet that way, not 1,000 yards. That would be far. Now let's get in some comfy clothes. Ow, 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 that never works right. All right, all joking aside, get yourself a good pair of camp shoes. What I mean by that is some good flip-flops, something that's super light. I carry these because super light, easy to throw in my pack, and they weigh absolutely nothing. Crocs work good, anything like that, especially if you're doing a drive up camp where you don't have to hike in and carry a lot of weight. But you want something that allows your feet to breathe, especially after you've been hiking all day, especially if it's been sweating. Even in cold weather, you want to let them air out a little bit. Now, that being said, you have to be careful about frostbite and hypothermia. However, you still want your feet to air out. Don't want to get that trench foot. It's not ideal. We're going to take a second to relax, and then we're going to get started on dinner. Simple dinner tonight, and believe it or not, this is very simple. We're having venison steak and rice. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to cook this stuff. This is even a dish you can do while packing in. It's not hard at all. Requires very little ingredients, but super delicious. Oil in there. That's gonna be nice. Mix that around a bit. A little salt and pepper. That's it. That's all you need for the steak. Let's fire this up. Throw that on there. Now for the rice. The rice is super simple. All right. Everyone thinks it's hard. Rice is the simplest thing in the world to cook. All it is it's 1 part rice, 2 parts water. So what I mean is for however much rice you put in it, you double that and put that much water in it. So I'm just taking a quick note how much rice I have in there. Put that in my pot. Get double the amount of water for that. That's all there is to it. Now you're gonna bring it to a boil. Bring it to a boil. Cover it. Once it's at a boil, you're gonna take it, simmer it down till it finishes cooking, and then that's it. And you don't need anything fancy, but I will tell you this, having a tin cookware rather than steel, one, it's way lighter, especially if you're packing in instead of driving in. And 2, it heats up way faster. So if you're using fuel like this, or even over a fire, it's way faster. Check the rice. Now, obviously, if I didn't cube that up, that would be much harder to cook, or it would take a little bit longer. But cubing it up cooks through a lot faster. So that's already at a boil, so we're gonna turn that down to a simmer. So let that go, let that steak rest. It looks perfect. All right, let's take a look
Oh, that looks perfect. That looks amazing. Put this right on top with some of the juices. It's a dinner fit for champions right there. Now I do want to get cleaned up before it gets too dark. It does get too dark. I have a secret weapon. That's one of the nice parts about truck camping. I still have some daylight. I want to get everything picked up, cleaned up. Now that we got all that shut up, we'll put away the rest of the cooking stuff and put our trash inside the cab. Bear country, don't want any critters getting into it. I can get behind this. This is pretty nice, and like I said, I can walk to the river, hike up, and fish back down to my truck. Bunch of rafters are getting out of the river late right now. I mean, this is a very, very dangerous time to be on the water, so they pulled out early and looks like they're hiking it down the trail. But I'll show you the little hack that I have. Why I said I wasn't worried about working in the dark tonight or getting ready in the dark tonight. And that's this bad boy. Now, check this out. Perfect. I can go higher with it. I can pull these out, invert them, make them point down like that, and it lights up everything. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just re-angle the lights. Nice little hack to have on your truck camping. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. We can start fishing at 7 tomorrow and get up around 6, get a cup of tea, start my hike, start fishing at 7. One thing I'm gonna do is I can actually open up these windows, and they have a good screen right here, and that get some airflow in here tonight. And if it gets too cold, then I'll just close it, but it should be a good night. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. It's that time. We gotta get changed, get our waders on, and get to the river. So let's get at it. Unfortunately, I think I left my hat at home, but that's all right, because this has a hood on it, so that combined with my sunglasses should help. The rain held off last night, but they are calling for it for today, so I think I'm still going to take the risk of not bringing the rain jacket, just because now that I know where I'm going is I can come back, and if I get a little wet, I get a little wet. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Looks like we made it to the river and no one else is here. A beautiful, quiet morning. There's one. That's a win right there. That's a good one. Spicy. Just got back. We're gonna make some tea, get a little bit of lunch, and then we'll go back down to the island. We stopped about 200 yards short, 100 yards short of the island, 200 yards short of the bridge there. for the sheer fact that there was some dads out there with their kids. I wanted to give them. I didn't want to blow through their spot, let them enjoy it. But tea, and we're good to go. Hey, good timing. Just got back to my truck. Dinner's on ice. How beautiful is this? Mountaintop lake, like you'd see out west. We're at the top of the ridges up here. And this beautiful lake all the way up here. Supposedly this is a stocked lake. I don't think it's been stocked yet. I think that's scheduled for next week, but this looks absolutely stunning. I'm glad I drove up here. It started raining, so I decided to jump in the truck, and I saw this on the map. I wanted to go take a look, but absolutely beautiful. There was one right there. They're in here, but you got to work for them. Got him. There he is. There he is. Nice. Beautiful catch. Got a little rough, so I was right there next to the trail. I could see it from the river. I'm hopping out, hopping back in right here. Rain's coming down. I think that's it for me. That's all I get. It's a shame too. Really good hole right here. On that side as well. It's awfully nice of the storm to hold off for that whole time. Woo! I feel that. I feel that. Temperature rising. 4 hits total. Oh, that's real rain right there. We need it though. Hey, that was a great trip. We had such a good time. The rain pushed us out at the end, but it was still a good time. We'll see you on the next
Authentic Endeavors.